Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, have accused the Independent National Electoral Commission of showing bias in favor of the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. INEC, through its lawyers, in a preliminary objection, had said that the relief sought by Peter Obi and his party challenging Tinubu's election victory are not grantable and prayed the court to either dismiss or strike out the petition for being grossly incompetent, abusive, vague, nebulous, and more, while Peter Obi and his party, in a response to the petition filed on April 21st, faulted the electoral umpire for filing the preliminary objection and reprimanded the commission for not maintaining neutrality in the matter, further describing their action as an embarrassment. Well, the petitions are coming as the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima moved into the Defense House in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, on Wednesday, ahead of their inauguration in May. The Defense House is located in the Maitama district of Abuja. It will serve as a residence until Tinubu and Shettima take the oath of office on May 29th, after which they will move to the Aso Rock Villa. Tinubu is expected to receive briefings and hold key meetings at the residence. Both men were accompanied to the Defense House by Senate President Ahmad Lawan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, among others. Rufai, over to you.
So a couple of things making the rounds. That's just a reflection of what is happening. Things are already going full throttle. It's moving into Defense House since he came back, getting ready for inauguration and all of that. All of that process is going. But there's also been a lot of, discordant tunes as regards even the case going on and all of that in court. And Peter Obi did say, INEC didn't show neutrality. But the truth has to be told. INEC needs to defend itself, in all of this, because INEC's role is to be able to defend the result it produced. But that will not take away from the conversation of the conduct of the election. But most of these things will be determined by the court. Did INEC break its own laws? That's the very first question we should ask. Did INEC said it was going to transmit and it didn't do the same? Because in all of this petition I've seen, the only counteraction, one of the counteractions I've seen was a newspaper clipping that was said that 2 days to the election, INEC said it was not going to transmit electronically. But does that newspaper clipping negate the hitherto announcement and even the Chatham House conversation that INEC said it was going to transmit electronically? It is the court that will decide all of that. So what INEC is doing here, yes, what INEC might have said, might be very vexatious on the part of Peter Obi, but INEC's role here is to be able to defend its own self in this election. And it has put out an arsenal. It said it's going to spend over $3 billion thereabout to defend itself across Tribunal all over the country. But another bone of contention, I think also with this subject of interpretation will be as regards what the Supreme Court will rule about it. The case of perjury and all of that. Anyway, that has not been added to the case. But, hey, people can stretch it a little further. A lot of people have even put forth some rebuttals that even in the case of Gani Fawehinmi, that there was a hiding under the fact that he was already governor. And that's the fact that there was immunity for him, that has not been pressed further. Some people are also even talking about Section 137, subsection A, about, citizenship and all of that. But most of that has been cleared as regards cases that, the position of the law as regards. And I think we had that robust argument when we were even talking about the case of Omo Agege, when somebody was coming here to say Omo Agege held American citizenship and all of that. And we had to tell him that what the law's position is the fact on that is the fact that once you can have your Nigerian passport first, if you acquire any other passport, because the Constitution of Nigeria gives room for dual nationality, then you can still run for elective position in the office. I think the normative clause there is that section 28, when you even read section 137, that's what it keeps coming back to. But most importantly, I think the substance of the matter will be the procedure in court. Did INEC say the things he was going to do? And also other calculation discrepancy that has been pointed out. And like it's been enunciated even with the case of Obi Accuses, that Premium Tide did an exclusive report to discover that the result that INEC said was not the result on the IRF portal in Obi Accuses. But also, the court will be able to decide all of that.
Well, all right.
Nothing works in this country. Already, the so-called Tinubu is not supposed to be sworn into office with the pending cases in court. So, and coupled with dual citizenship, I don't think that will give him it doesn't make a headway for him to be sworn in. If Nigeria is a state, yes, if Nigeria is a state that trashes issues the way it should go, the new administration should not be sworn in until all matters, all adjudications in the court are settled.
But the tribunal, it has a process which will take up to 6 months before the conclusion.
That is where it is wrong. That is where it is wrong, because I think the amended Electoral Act stipulates that all matters, all election adjudications should be settled before May 29th. So the delay was a deliberate act. The delay has been a deliberate act. Well, the moment Tinubu is sworn in now, he gets a more no, there's more what do you call it? Powers, so that immunity will cover him. He will not, so many things will be covered by immunity. So that's not being, yes, it's not being fair. He will enjoy so much immunity once he's sworn in. So that will be a problem. But let's see what plays out.
You don't believe in the Nigeria judiciary system?
Judiciary system is rubbish.
It's not credible.
Not credible at all. It's not credible at all. It's not credible.
You are not happy with the whole process?
At all. I've not been happy. The moment people's votes were turned down and INEC declared the nonsense they called results, that was when I lost confidence in the whole process. So, but we still have to believe. I still believe in the project Nigeria. If a meaningful person will handle it. But for Tinubu, it's just as good as Buhari still managing the economy. Because we are talking about our major problem as businessmen is the economy of the country, which has been in shambles for the past 8 years.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Yes, it was not as pronounced now then, but he was able to overcome it, and he ruled for 8 years and brought his successor as well. So I don't think this one will hinder him for any.
This dual citizenship and the allegation by the opposition party will not go hold ground.
No, it's not going to hold ground. They are aggrieved people who know, and they have gone to court. So we'll meet them at the court and bring them down. Yes.
Tinubu is back. He said he's healthy. And a lot of Nigerians still saying that man is not fit. And it's a long journey, 4 years, 8 years, if Apple is swearing in the second term. How do you see? Are we still going to be a country where we, as the current president, like what happened in this Buhari, going for health issue for several years? Give us your review on his health status.
Well, for me, Tinubu is not sick as presumed or talked about. Tinubu himself is not all that sick. He's just old age, and it can happen to anybody. And we all are praying to be old. You understand? But I know that he has the strength to take the country for 4 years and 8 years.
So Tinubu is capable?
He's capable, he can do that. I believe that he can do that. The only thing we must do is to encourage him, to give him the necessary support, and to bring down all these courts wahala, because that is what I think that is the main issue that will make him to underperform. So the opposition should just bring down the court injunction here and there, bring it out, make it to die a natural death. Yes, let them just allow him for these 4 years. After these 4 years, if he's capable, if he has done what we have expected of him, then he will continue. Yes.
So the petition, the tribunal, you don't think they should conclude it before the swearing in?
It's not possible. It's not possible because, yes, it's a process. I know that they will swear him in and people will still be going to the court, going to tribunal. But my advice to Labour Party is that they should, calm down a bit. You understand? They are just a political revolution that just came in. You understand? They did very well in PDP. They are not clamoring much. You understand? When it has with the Labour Party, the people who are much on ground, as far as this court case is concerned, is the Labour Party. But we are also telling them to be patriotic. You understand? Yes, they should accept defeat. Allow this man to, carry Nigeria forward for these 4 years. Let us see. You understand what will become of his government.
Are we going to be letting us see, or is it not something that we are sure of? We always have this, let us see what Buhari will do.
Yes.
See where we are today. Tinubu is here again, let us see again. So we'll just be living in assumption, uncertainty.
No, what happened is this. In times of, politics, I rate Tinubu high more than Buhari. You understand? He has what it takes.
Buhari high because his promise is going to make $1, $1.
Yes, yes.
Promise, the expectation.
No, what happened to Buhari is that some people had trust on him based on they thought he was a man of integrity. You understand? But in times of Tinubu, he has the presidents. He has everything. He has been there. He has worked in Lagos State. You could tell what happened in Lagos State, the development, the industrialization.
Tinubu built Lagos.
Yes, yes, yes.
Tinubu built Lagos. I didn't know build good health center where to treat himself. He goes abroad to treat.
No, what happened is this. It's not that there are no good health centers in Lagos. But this is something that is with the politicians of Nigeria. They will want to go to show that they are affluent, to show what they have this or that. So that is why they will always go out to have a medical